Julie Ryan, noted psychic and medical intuitive, is ready to answer your personal questions, even those you never knew you could ask. For more than 20 years, as she's developed and refined her intuitive skills, Julie used her knowledge as a successful inventor and businesswoman to help others. Now, she wants to help you grow, heal, and get the answers you've been longing to hear. Do you have a question for someone who's transitioned? Do you have a medical issue? What about your pet's health or behavior? Perhaps you have a loved one who's close to death and you'd like to know what's happening. Are you on the path to fulfill your life's purpose? No matter where you are in the world, take a journey to the other side and ask Julie Ryan.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Ask Julie Ryan Show. I'm Julie, your host, and I'm delighted you could join us this week. My intention in doing this show is to provide information, insight, and comfort to people all around the world by helping to answer life's unanswerable questions. We have a bunch of callers who've joined us this evening. I so appreciate all of them taking the time to call in with their questions, because makes it fun for me, makes it fun for everybody who's listening, and I think we all benefit from those questions. Update about what's going on here. We're starting to get into wedding mode, you guys. Our son Jonathan is getting married in May, and his fiancée, soon-to-be Dr. Mallory, is going to graduate from vet school on Monday, and then she's going to get married on Saturday, all in the same week in May. So it's going to be a big deal around here. It's going to be crazy. But wedding showers are being planned, and people are starting to book reservations at the hotel. And I was on the phone with the hotel today, upping the number of rooms that are in our room block at a special price. I had to guarantee a bunch of them. And so I thought, I don't want to make it too many because, you know, something happens. I don't want to be paying thousands of dollars. So anyways, it's been fun, getting to this point, and now it's starting to kick into gear a little bit. So I'll keep you posted on that all the way home, or all the way till we get to the home base and home plate in May. My honey Tim's been out of town for a couple of weeks. He's on a plane right now, headed home. I'll go pick him up this evening at the airport after the show. And this morning when I was talking to him, I said, honey, I need you to come home now. He started laughing. He goes, yeah, I need to come home now, too. So he's been on business and a little bit of pleasure, too. So I hope your weeks have been going well. Those of you that got ice and snow, I hope you're thawed, and hope it didn't cause too many problems for you. But let's go ahead and go to the phones and see who we've got. I believe our first caller is Lori. So let's go to Lori. Hi, Lori.
Hi, Julie. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Good. I'm so excited to talk to you. This is my very first time calling you, and I'm actually kind of a new fan. I've just recently come across you from a podcast. So I'm anxious to dive more into your work.
Well, wonderful. Where are you calling in from?
I'm calling from Southern California. I'm down in Orange County.
Okay, whereabouts?
In a little town called Rancho Santa Margarita. It's, if you know Orange County at all, and just kind of inland from Mission Viejo, kind of Irvine, that area.
Yeah. I lived in L.A. for a long time, so I know it well. And the groom, my son Jonathan, lives in L.A. now. So actually his bachelor party's this weekend in L.A., and so several of his buddies from here in Birmingham are flying out, and best man from Portland's coming in, and one of his groom's woman. How about that, you guys? He's got a girl who's a groom's woman, obviously, a groom's woman, and she's flying in from Manhattan, and then the rest of his groomsmen are all in L.A. So they have a bunch of stuff planned, going to a concert, and so it should be fun. Yeah, so I may be calling you, Lori, if they need help, like if they need to, if they need somebody to come rescue them.
Okay. Give him my number. I've done that before. My son's married, and I know that night.
Yeah, I don't think they will. But hi, Lisa. I see you joined us. I'm going to mute you, and I'll come back to you. So, well, you got a question for me?
I do. Julie, I'm one of those women who has just tried everything to lose weight. And I know you probably get a lot of calls, a lot of questions about this. And one thing that just really drew me to you was the way that you do body scans and you can individually look at somebody. And I'm just wondering, what specifically for my body, if you're able to do this, will help me lose weight? What track should I go on?
All right. Yeah, I'll be delighted to, as I say, get you on my radar and see what's going on. How I do this, Lori, is I raise my vibrational level to the level of spirit, because we're all spirits attached to a body having a human experience. And when we're attached to a body, we vibrate more slowly because the body has mass. So what I do is I raise my vibrational level to the level of spirit. I close my eyes, and I'm able to connect into your spirit. I'm going to watch a laser beam come from my body here in Birmingham out to you in Orange County. And then what's going to happen is I'm going to have the equivalent of a hologram of you in my mind's eye. Kind of like if you've ever seen a Star Trek movie or TV show where they're saying, "Beam me up, Scotty." Same, looks the same. And then I'll shoot energy from your feet up through the top of your head. And I will have in my mind's eye the equivalent of an MRI or a CT scan or an X-ray. And the energy is always going to go where it's most needed first. So let me get you on my radar, and we'll see what comes up.
Okay,
so
great.
Here we go. Laser beams heading out to you from Sweet Home, Alabama. All right, got you. Shooting energy. Okay, so you are full of yeast, child.
Ooh.
Yeast. Candida. Have you heard of that?
I have heard of it, but I haven't researched it very much.
Okay, all right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear it real fast out of your system while I'm telling you what will help. Eat whole foods as much as you can. Vegetables, a little bit of protein, good fats, olive oil, coconut oil, grass-fed butter, that kind of stuff, and then also fruit. If you eat fruit, though, peel it, because there's lots of yeast on the peel. Stay away from sugar. Stay away from anything that's refined. Stay away from anything that's fermented.
Ooh. Okay.
And, yeah, like wine. People say, I have to give up my wine. I say, wine's made from moldy grape juice that they add yeast to ferment. I mean, it's just, might as well throw gas on the fire kind of a
I'm
thing.
a kombucha drinker, so I should stay away from that, too.
Yes,
right?
Stay away from that. Yeah, at least until you get the yeast, up and get it out of your system. So olive leaf extract is good to take. Nystatin, and it is a prescription. That is an antifungal that kills yeast on contact. If you want, why don't you schedule a private session, Lori, with me? Just go to AskJulieRyan.com, and we can go into it in really great detail and get everything all healed and, that kind of stuff. And then I'll give you a lot of pointers.
That would be perfect. I was actually looking to do that today, and I saw your Instagram. So, okay, I'll do that tomorrow then.
Great. And we'll have a whole hour to go over all of this. And the first thing that came up was yeast. So that's the main issue, but we'll see what's happening.
Okay, that would be great.
All righty. Well, thanks so much for joining us.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, let's see who we have next. I believe it's Marcia. Hi, Marcia.
Hi, Julie.
How are you?
I'm doing well. My honey's out of town, too. He's in Cape Coral, Florida with his parents. His dad's been in the hospital and not doing too well, and he's got, quite a bit of dementia going on. But it seems like all he wants to do is sleep, and he's in a lot of pain. And I'm just curious if you can tell what level of transition he might be in.
Sure, absolutely.
Father.
Absolutely. Where are you calling in from this evening?
Well, I'm in Carlsbad, which is Southern California, but it's more on the border of La Costa and Encinitas. It's not Carlsbad Village, which is north of me. So, and my husband is helping his parents, trying to get things in order for them. His dad's almost 90. So, and they're in Cape Coral, Florida.
Okay. All right. And what's your father-in-law's name, Marcia?
He goes by Dan. I mean, his Italian name is Fiore.
Okay.
He goes by Dan.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect to you with my laser beam, and then it's going to bounce back over to the right coast, and go down to Florida, and we'll hook into Dan from you. So here we go. All right, laser beam, got you. Bouncing back to Florida, got Dan. He's in phase 7 of 12 of the 12 phases of transition. And what that looks like, I'm sure you're not looking at a diagram of it, but what 7 looks like is as we're dying, our spirit hangs onto the top of the head, it exits the body, being connected to the body, and it hangs onto the top of the head, and it looks like a bubble on the top of the head, Marcia. It reminds me of a cartoon caption that you'd see words in, and or perhaps a character's thoughts. And what happens then is your father-in-law's parents' spirits are at his feet. He has a row of angels that go out on either side from his parents, and they are forming a horseshoe at his feet. And then there are lots of family and friends spirits that are there, and pet spirits as well. And then he has an angel on either side of his spirit bubble. So if you can go to AskJulieRyan.com and click on the 12 Phases of Transition tab, Marcia.
I did that, and I just previewed that before the call. And I was curious. It's like they're in a horseshoe, and then as the transitions go forward, they form a line. I'm curious why they go from a horseshoe to a line, a row.
They start out in a circle around the person, and as the person's getting closer and closer to death, and that horseshoe opens up, and they extend, to your point, which you just made, in a straight line. They act as the line of demarcation between the spirit world and the human world. And so that's the configuration that I see them progress through with everybody. When everybody's dying, whether it happens instantly and I'm doing an instant replay of somebody's death, or whether somebody takes days, weeks, months, or longer to die. It's pretty interesting to watch. But there are 3 questions. Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, my husband was just saying that as he was with his father yesterday, it's like he's sleeping and he's really snoring, and then his breath is like nothing, and and then he starts again. He wakes up, kind of looks around, mumbles, and then goes back into a deep sleep. And he was feeling like his dad is, because he's such a, has a strong constitution, that he's just holding on to the physical right now.
Well, there are 3 questions that I always ask everybody as they're dying, and with your permission, I'd like to ask Dan those questions.
Yes, please.
First one is, are you ready to go? He's telling me yes. Are you in pain? He's telling me yes. Is he in pain? Does he seem to be in pain?
Yes, he's in a lot of pain.
Okay. And what do you need? My family, and something about horseshoes. Does he have a lucky horseshoe or something that he has at his home?
I don't know about that. I don't know. I'll ask my husband, who can then ask the mother and see. His horseshoe, he's saying, or a lucky horseshoe?
A lucky horseshoe, or that's me saying, because he said, I need my family and I need horseshoes. So.
Oh, well, maybe he needs some good luck. He's a funny guy. Maybe he's making a joke. I don't know.
Maybe, because
a lucky horseshoe would mean luck to me.
Yeah, absolutely. Hi, Lydia. I'm going to put you on mute, and I'll come back to you. He said horseshoes, plural. And, of course, I thought of the game horseshoes, but maybe it's lucky horseshoes, and he's saying it to be funny.
It could be. Yeah. Do you have any, idea of, time frame? I know that people can hang on in different levels for quite a long time, but do you have any kind of sense?
I don't. I would know more if I took a look at him tomorrow.
Right.
So if you email me, Julie at AskJulieRyan.com, I'll take a quick peek at him, and that'll give us a lot of information.
Okay. All right. I so appreciate the info. It's good to know, and I can pass it on to my husband.
You bet. And then, have you read my book, Marcia, Angelic Attendants?
No, I haven't. I kind of browsed, online. Check
it out. It's available in audiobook, paperback, and also digital. And I think for your husband too, if he can download it or download the digital or the audio book, it's not very long. It'll take him less than 3 hours to read it, but it will bring you lots of comfort. It will explain a lot as you go through this, and it will also, I think, just the stories in it are heartwarming. So it'll help you see the glorious side of what's going on with Dan.
Well, he loves audiobooks, so I'll have him do that.
Perfect.
Okay.
Well, thanks for calling in. Email me.
Okay, well, thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye. Okay. I think our next caller is Marianne. Hi, Marianne.
Hello.
Hi, Marianne.
Hi, Julie.
How are you, girl?
Well, I'm good. I was quite moved today by your email and your blog, and that you mentioned Dr. Northrop's Dodging Energy Vampires, the book.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to check in because you had told me to get it and read it, and it's excellent. And I'm sort of, I'm working the advice in it, but I seem to be doubling up on energy vampire personality. And I wanted to check in with my spirit guide and just see if I'm on the right path. And I have two questions. So I'm asking, am I in the right place at the church with the children's work that I'm currently involved with?
When you ask, first of all, tell everybody where you're calling in from, please.
Toronto. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, and I'm sure you've got lots of snow up there, I would think.
Yeah, we're not doing too bad this winter. We just had some rain and took it all away.
Oh, good. Okay. So when you said, am I doing the right thing for me by working at the church, I got a no. And when you said, and working in the children's ministry, I got a yes.
Okay. And right now I'm on a track with the children's ministry of taking a facilitator's training course, but there seems to be a personality there too who's very controlling. If things don't go her way, she's very angry. So I just wonder, I said, am I in again with somebody that's going to drain me? You know what I mean? Like,
mm-hmm.
So do you want a name or do you want?
No. So I guess your question is it in your best interest to take the training course?
Yes.
Is it in Marianne's best interest to take the training course she's slated to take? When are you supposed to take it, Marianne?
I'm in it. I started it, and then I'm going to go for a practicum to Halifax with the group. So it's already started. It's a facilitator's training course.
So let's ask, is it in Marianne's best interest to complete the training course that she's currently enrolled in? And I get a yes on that.
Okay.
Now, the thing that piques my interest, though, is it in Marianne's best interest to continue to work in the children's ministry in the church where she currently is? And I'm getting a no. So that's 2 no's so far on that. So it may be that you're getting trained through this training right now, and it may make sense for you to look at perhaps transitioning to a different church.
Right, or location. Yeah.
So for what it's worth there. And as far as energy vampires go, there's this little trick that you can do. And energy vampires, to those of you that don't know what Marianne and I are talking about, are people that when you're with them, they just kind of suck the life out of you, and you feel drained.
And you get confusion, and then you feel like you come out of a washing machine after they shot all this, all these orders at you, and you know what I mean? Like they're really high, powerful people that have a big to-do list.
Mm-hmm. So when you're with somebody like that, Marianne, what you can do is just envision a iridescent bubble going around you. And what's going to happen is that's going to let your energy and your light out, but it's going to keep anybody else's from getting into you.
Right, okay.
It's kind of like, imagine yourself in one of those big balls that you see people can roll in. Sometimes you'll see them at parties and things. And do that, and that will help. And then when you're away from them, then you can take your bubble off. But it's a way to kind of protect yourself.
Yeah, I usually pray to my guardian angel anyway, you know.
There you go.
Yeah.
That works too.
Yeah.
So pray to your guardian angel and put your bubble on.
Yeah. Julie, would you say it's a particular personality at the church, or just get out of that church?
It's a personality at the church.
Yeah, and God's not moving her. It's very interesting because sometimes God moves that personality. Yeah.
Well, stay tuned.
Okay.
You know, the more you work on your stuff, the less she's going to have to do things with you to get your attention. So, and that's a longer conversation. But thanks for calling in, and good luck with your training.
Thank you, Julie. Great hearing your voice.
Thanks, you too. Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Okay, let's see who else we have. I believe our next caller is LaShonda. Hi, LaShonda.
Hi, Julie.
How are you, girl?
Pretty good. Been keeping busy, as I say.
Terrific. Please tell everybody where you're calling in from.
West Palm Beach, Florida.
All right. Well, I know it's beautiful down there.
For the last couple of days, yes. Very windy yesterday. Tornado warnings, in the counties just north of us. And the temperature is going to drop tonight, so it's going to get cold.
Oh, well. Well, it is the winter time.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Well, you got a question for me?
Sure. I would like to ask a question about my husband.
Sure.
He has not been feeling well, and he works away from home. He travels, and he had asked about finding a doctor to go see while he was, traveling. But so he's going to go see somebody. I think Saturday. But the question is, he's saying he's not feeling well, headaches, cold, or what have you. And with the cold, and he says sometimes, it's the colored mucus sometimes that comes up. But the thing that's bothering him most, and I'm curious about, is he says he can smell when he takes a deep breath. And I guess like some malodorous something that smells internal. And he's like, what is that? And we don't curious what that could be.
Sinus infection is what I'm getting.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty common. So have him do the vitamin C and zinc trick, LaShonda. So 1,000 milligrams of ester C 3 times a day. Add to it 50 milligrams of zinc 3 times a day. It's a super rocket booster for the immune system. And then see if you can get him to rinse out his sinuses. Do you have one of those neti pots or a device like that that'll rinse out the sinuses?
I do, but he, again, is not home. He's over the road. He's a truck driver.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's all right. He can get one of those, and he can use it in a, in a hotel room or whatever. The easiest thing to do, especially when traveling, is you want to use purified water with it. So tell him to get Dasani or Aquafina or Nestle bottled water because it's purified. And then you pour those little saline packets in there, and he can do that. But the vitamin C and zinc is going to make a huge difference for him, and it'll boost his immune system.
Okay. Will do.
And I don't even have him on my radar, but when I ask, does he have a sinus infection, I get a yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for calling.
All right.
Bye-bye.
You as well. Bye.
All righty, let's see who's next. I believe it's Susie. Hi, Suze.
Hi, Julie. Thanks so much for taking my call.
You bet. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. At first, I want to thank you for your suggestion last week to go in the pool for my ankle, because that's something that seemed like I would never have thought of on my own, and I did it the next day, except my friend told me I wasn't supposed to run on the concrete, so she got me she's a trainer, my best friend, so she gave me one of the pool belts, so that was awesome, and so now I'm doing that. So if you can send any healing energy to that ankle after I banged it on the cement, that'd be great, but otherwise I'm super happy to be doing. I did get a really good workout today with the pull belt. So thank you
Wonderful.
for that. And the second thing is I found out last Friday morning that a friend of mine they'd found her at her house last Thursday, dead, and it's such a shock to all of us, and we don't know. I was talking to the coroner because they can't find family members, and so I connected him with her counselor, and her counselor actually called me Tuesday and was really shocked, and we're just trying to figure out, if I don't know if you're able to find out if, how she died, or she was only 47. Sure. So
yeah, sure.
Thank
What's
you.
your name, Suze?
Zuri, Zuri.
Zuri. That's an interesting name. I don't know that I've ever heard it before.
Yeah, me either.
Huh. Okay, and please tell everybody where you're calling from.
I'm calling from the San Francisco Bay Area, and she lived in Oakland.
Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is connect into you, and I'm sure she'll be standing next to you because they always know when we're talking about them. Okay, got you. Yes, she's standing to your right.
Hi, Zuri.
Okay. Did she have an addiction problem?
She might have. The coroner said he didn't know if it was drugs or...
That's what I got, drug overdose.
Oh, wow. Was it accidental or on purpose? Accidental. Okay, because she had 2 dogs, and we couldn't believe that she would have purposely done that.
Accidental.
So
was she on, I'm getting opioids. She was on some kind of opioids for pain meds or something?
Oh, I know she had pain. I don't know what she was taking, but I do know that she had different pains, and so, okay. And so do you have a sense of when she passed away? They found her on Thursday, but they said maybe it had been a couple days.
She's telling me Wednesday morning. She's saying early Wednesday morning.
Wow. And does she have any family members to direct them to? I know she had a brother who's blind, but we can't remember his name. Is she able to say his name?
She's telling me that there's no reason to contact family members, that she just likes to be cremated and have her ashes thrown in the Pacific.
Okay. Ashes in the Pacific. Okay. So no need for family members. Okay. And is there anything that we want to say we all love her, miss her. Is there anything that she wants to say to us, or anything to her counselor?
She's concerned about her dogs. Are they in like the pound right now? Where are they?
Yeah, the coroner said they had been picked up by animal control.
Okay, yes. That's what she's telling me. They're in the pound. She called it the pound, the dog pound. So is there somebody that can take care of them or adopt them?
The things I don't even know, where the dogs are or who they are. I know she sent me pictures of them, but I don't know the more details to know who might be able to do that, especially if we don't know family members. So I was concerned about her dogs. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, she wants them to go to a good home, and she'd like for them to stay together. So she's saying if you talk to the police can give you information on where they are and who and what kind of dogs they are in the pound.
I have the pictures of the dogs. So
okay.
Does she say their names? Of what they are? What their names are?
No.
Because I don't remember their names.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if you have a picture, that'll help. But she would appreciate you guys helping get her dogs placed. That's really the only thing she's concerned about.
Okay. All right. Anything else she has a message for her counselor at all? Because I know the counselor was concerned because she almost did a well check, but she didn't, a wellness check.
No, she doesn't. Not at this time, anyways. So, well, I'm sorry. My condolences to you.
Thank you, Kelly. We all miss her and love her, and I wish her all the best.
She can hear you. You can talk to her.
Okay.
By the way, Suze, and everybody listening, this is what my training is going to be about, my angelic attendant training that is going to start February 9th. I'm going to teach the people in the class how to communicate with spirits that are alive and deceased. Doesn't matter. I connect with spirits, whether that like with Zuri or like with LaShonda's husband or Marcia's, father-in-law, what we've done so far even this evening. And I'm going to teach you how to do that. I'm going to teach you how to validate it, whether the information is correct that you're getting. And I'm going to teach you how to identify the 12 phases of transition. And by knowing this information, it will absolutely enhance your life in ways unimaginable. I promise. So go to my site, AskJulieRyan.com, training, check it out. There's 6 months interest-free payment plan if you need help paying for it. And we've had a bunch of people sign up for it already. It's half full already in the first week that I've opened up the enrollment. So I've got about 6 spots left. So everybody, that's interested, go check it out on the site and consider signing up because it's going to be really terrific. And we're going to do it online 4 Saturdays in a row for a couple of hours, and they'll be videotaped for playback if you have to miss a session. And there'll be a private Facebook group. I think it's going to be really fun. So, Suze, consider checking that out, and we'd love to have you and anybody listening join us.
I'll look into it. Thank you so much, Julie. Bless you
bet.
and all your callers. Take care.
Okay, take care.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
I believe our next caller is Miss Lisa. Hi, Lisa.
Well, good evening. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm fighting a little nasal drip, but other than that, I'm doing just fine.
Oh, please tell everybody where you're calling from.
I am Columbus, Ohio, the frozen tundra.
Oh, no.
It's chilly.
Oh, gosh. Well, you got a question for me?
I do. I am working our family business, and we have been in talks with another family to purchase it for about a year, 13 months. And I'm at a pivotal point right now where I'm ready to walk away because I just don't believe we're going to be able to come to terms. So my question is, will this family at some point in the future be the one who's going to buy it? Or
I got a no before you even ask the whole question.
Okay, then I'm just moving on.
Yeah, I think that would be best.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just a lot of effort this past year, but that's fine. It's taught me something.
Well, so let's ask another question. Will another buyer materialize? Yes. In the next 6 months? No. Sooner? No. In the next year? Yes. In the next 9 months? Yes. So I have to believe that all of the work that you've done getting ready for this buyer that may or may not come to fruition, this deal that you're working on right now, is going to prepare you better for the next potential buyer that's going to come along, and it will be smoother.
Good.
Yeah.
Everything. I feel like it's not for naught. I'm learning so much. Yeah.
Everything happens in our best interest, Lisa, and even when we're frustrated, especially in a business deal, we want it to close because it's so much work. I mean, I've been there with selling companies before, and if you can keep the mindset of this is all happening for me, it's all in my best interest how it's unfolding, I'll be able to look back at this at some point and say, okay, this now makes sense because how I took these different steps to get to where I was when I finally sold the business wouldn't have sold unless I would have taken those steps. So just trust that it's all unfolding perfectly and that the day's going to come when you're going to be able to look back at this and say, wow, I never envisioned that it would play out that way, but it was perfect. I promise.
Thank you.
I promise. Yeah, it will. Okay. I hope you feel better.
Oh, I will. Thank you.
You bet. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, everybody, we do this show on Thursday nights at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, and 5 Pacific. The call-in number is 712-770-4160, and the access code is 533677#. You can find this information at a bunch of different places on my website, AskJulieRyan.com. It's on the home page. It's on my blog that I send out on Wednesday nights or Thursday mornings. Just go on my site and sign up for my blog. And It's a question that somebody submits online, and then I answer it. One is chosen each week, and it has all the call-in information on the email. And it's just a reminder. Hi, Sherman. I'm going to mute you, and I will come back to you. And also on social media, I always place on social media on the day of the show just a reminder to call in and all the call-in information. And then, obviously, wherever you download podcasts, it's in the show notes, too. While you're on my site, sign up for a private session. You'll see a little button that says book an appointment, and then we'll have a whole hour to discuss whatever you want to talk about. If you want to cover just a whole bunch of different topics, we can do that. We can talk to deceased loved ones. I can do medical scans. I can scan your pet. We can talk to your spirit guides. We can do past life stuff. It's really fun, you guys. Even if we're talking about stuff that's sad or makes you angry or whatever, I promise we laugh a lot. So it's really a blast, and I love having you to myself for an hour. Okay, so this week we had a question submitted from Dawn Marie, and she lives in the Bronx in New York City. And she said, "Hello, Julie. I recently came across you on Dr. Northrup's show. What an awesome interview. Thank you both. For the past few days, I've been wondering what question to ask. My mind chatter has been constant, and my questions keep tripping over themselves, which is pretty much the norm with me. I decided perhaps I should just start with that, ... my mind chatter. Can you please scan me and perhaps see what's going on with me in regards to the constant mind chatter? I feel like it's holding me hostage. A great deal of the time, I believe I might be mentally ill. I've been diagnosed with severe PTSD, and sometimes I think I'm way too sensitive. Presently, I feel beyond overwhelmed. My mom recently died, and my dad is in poor health. I do what I can to help and have trouble saying no to anyone, especially my family. Trying to set boundaries seems to accelerate my mind chatter. In my mind, when I decline an offer to do something for someone, I hear what a bad daughter/friend, etc. I am, how selfish I am, and how unspiritual I am. I don't know if I've even ever heard the real me in my own head. I'm grateful for any advice you can send my way. Thank you and bless you, Dawn Marie." And here's my response. Hi, Dawn Marie. Thanks for your kind words about Dr. Northrup's show, and thanks for submitting such a great question. It's one most of us can relate to. Many of us, especially women, are conditioned to put everyone else's needs before our own. Think about all the people we take care of, including kids, elderly, husbands/partners, friends, pets. The list is endless. In addition, many of us are shamed by parents or other family members if we don't do what we're asked to do, even if it interferes with our own well-being. So, you're not alone in feeling the way you do. I believe mind chatter similar to yours is more prevalent than any of us realize. I know all you guys can relate to this. We all experience this, probably all the time. And so, Dawn Marie, you are in a sisterhood and brotherhood of people who experience the same thing. So maybe that means we're all nuts. Who knows? But what I just say, consider reading Dodging Energy Vampires by Christian Northrup, MD. It'll have some helpful hints on how to devise and stick with boundaries. In order to get some information for you, I energetically connected to you in the Bronx and got an image of you in my mind's eye. You look like you were full of frenetic energy. Picture snow on a television screen when it isn't working properly. My suggestion is to ground yourself. Grounding is one of the best ways to release the extra energy in our bodies caused by exposure to electromagnetic frequencies, and I put in parentheses EMFs, emitted by computers, Wi-Fi, cell phones, smart meters, etc. Among other benefits, grounding can help reduce stress, anxiety, and irritability. I can't say enough about this, you guys. Ground, ground, ground. When you're in the sand at the beach, everybody thinks, oh, it's the negative ions from the water. Yeah, that helps us relax, but having your bare feet in the sand grounds us. I think that has more of an effect than the negative ions from the crashing of the waves. I went on to say, Just walk barefoot or place your hands in grass, sand, or on cement for a few moments. During the cold winter months when this exercise may not be feasible, stand barefoot on a basement concrete floor or investigate grounding devices such as mat sheets, bracelets, etc. Next, be diligent about the food you ingest. An easy way to remember a healthy eating plan is, if God made it, eat it. If man made it in a factory, avoid it. When we eat a whole food diet with lots of veggies, protein, fruit, and healthy fats, like olive and coconut oils, avocados, grass-fed butter, it gives us the brain chemicals we need to calm our minds. Lastly, consider meditating, even if it's just for a few minutes a day. I use and recommend the teachings of Joshua Meditations. They're all 15 minutes long and can be downloaded to your phone for easy access. Meditation is a great way to train your mind to have periods of calmness. Eventually, you'll be able to reduce your mind chatter whenever you wish. Hope this information helps. Sounds to me like you're an extraordinarily caring woman, and I'm delighted to meet you, even if it is just through email. Okay, meditation. A lot of people say to me, I can't meditate. I've tried it. I can't do it. Meditation is not about oming for a period of time. Meditation is about being able to recognize when your mind is wandering and bring it back. When you meditate, that happens throughout the meditation to most people, unless you've been doing it for 20 years, and then even those people have their mind wander. But when we learn to recognize our mind is wandering and bring it back, we can quickly take care of that. We quickly get in that habit. We know how to do it. This is how you calm down the mind chatter. It's really effective. And it doesn't need to be for an hour a day. Do it for 10 or 15 minutes. It doesn't matter if it's when you wake up, when you're, doing the dishes, when you're in bed before you go to sleep. Just try it. Try it. You like it. You remember that commercial that was out a long time ago about that? Okay. So thanks, Dawn Marie. Appreciate your sending in that question. All right, let's see who we have next. I believe it's Cheryl. Hi, Cheryl.
Hi, Julie. How are you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing good this evening. And I'm calling from Columbus, Ohio, where, yes, it is very cold. But that's okay. It's winter. Anyway,
January, that's right. It's supposed to be.
Yeah. I was thinking I was going to ask you one question, but I talked to my son before I called in, and now I'm going to ask a question for him, and it's about, he bought a very old home. It's like 125 years old. He's been in it for 10 years, but through the years he's always talked about the energy, and we joke about ghosts and everything, but he has times where it actually scares him. And he just feels like it's in the bedroom most of the time. When he's sleeping, he just feels this anger, like somebody has anger. And I always tease him about maybe, he decorated the room wrong or something, and they just don't like it. So, we joke about it, and, he doesn't have a real problem with it. But we just always talk about it. So I was just wondering what he could do to maybe understand it more, maybe, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. And when he feels anger from what he thinks is a ghost or another spirit, it's the way that he's interpreting it, and it may not be a proper interpretation. Again, this is what my training, angelic attendant training, is about. And so
I learned that.
I have, great, sign up for the class. There's a few spots left. I have a girlfriend who was telling me that she had an evil spirit come into her front door, and she saw it one time, and she got a golf club and started to bang the front door. And I said, there are no evil spirits. All spirits are pure love and light. That's a figment of, literature and the publishing industry and the movie industry and civilizations since the beginning of time that we're trying to control the masses. There is no such thing as a bad spirit. But she saw this face coming through her door, and she said it looked so distorted and so evil. And I said, that's because the door is dense, and that spirit was trying to get through it, and it kind of like if you pulled, your face with a pair of pantyhose on top of it, your face would look distorted. Well, that's what was going on. I did an instant replay of what she was describing, and I said, the spirit was good. It was just like as it was going through the door and you saw it, its face was distorted.
Right.
So what I can do real fast, Cheryl, is tell me your son's name, and I'll connect to you, connect to him. I'll check the house, and I'll see if we can see real fast what the spirit is in there, or if even there's a spirit in there.
Yeah. Okay. His name is John Michael.
John Michael. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So here we go. I'm going to connect to you in the city of my birth, Columbus, Ohio. Here we go. Heading to Columbus. Got you. Okay. Got John Michael. Okay. I can see his house. Oh, he's got several spirits in his house. Yeah, several spirits. They look like they work in some kind of a factory.
Wow.
I would say turn of the century.
Yeah.
Turn of the 20th century. They look like factory workers. It looks like a family in there, but there's a couple of generations. There's an older man with white hair. There's a family. It looks like an older man, a younger man, some teenage boys. They all are dressed kind of similarly, in what they would call dungarees back then. We would call jeans. Yeah. And coats and stuff. They look like laborers. There's a grandmother spirit. It looks probably a wife, a daughter. So there's a bunch of them. Have your son call me for a consult.
I will. Yeah.
We'll be able to take some time and get into who they are. They probably lived in that house or lived in a home that's on that property or lived in the area. And we'll be able to talk with them, and we'll be able to send them on into the light. Ghosts just don't know they're dead. So
yeah, and they know a little bit about, and everything you're saying. There was a family, and they were who built the home, and there was more than one generation. And where he lives, it just all makes sense. But I think it just scares him more, and I think anyone, because we can't see him, so we know something's there, But I'll have him call you.
One other quick thing too, Cheryl. Tell John Michael that if he's ever feeling wigged out about it, that he just needs to tell them to leave, and they will. Just say, you're scaring me. You need to leave, because we're way more powerful in our human body when we're attached to a human body than just in spirit form. So. So tell him that, and in the meantime, it's usually really fun to figure out who these people are, because most of the time we can find historic records that will validate the information.
That would be nice. Oh, yeah, for sure.
So, and we get names and dates, and it's really interesting when we do that.
He would enjoy that for sure. So, I will have him call you.
Okay, well, thanks so much for joining us this evening.
Thank you.
You bet. Take care.
Bye.
Hi. We've got another caller. Hi, this is Julie. Who's this?
This is Lynette.
Hi, Lynette. Lynette? Is that what you said?
Lynette, yeah.
Lynette. Hi, Lynette. How are you?
Hi. Oh, great.
Terrific. Where are you calling us from?
Washington State.
Okay. Well, terrific. Well, you got a quick question for me?
Yeah, I have a lot of activity of people looking to look at my resume and do interviews and such, and I'm wondering if one of these jobs in particular is going to come through before the end of February, or is there something else out there that I haven't applied for yet?
Okay. All right. So can you give me some clues so we can pinpoint the job that you really want, and we'll get some information on that?
Okay. The job I really want is with CHI Franciscan, and I'm actually waiting for them to call back and schedule an interview. That's the one I really want. On the other hand, I've got like 4 interviews set up between now and the next 2 weeks, that would be okay, but the other one, the CHI one, just really sparks my interest. I don't know if it's something that I should put all of my eggs in that basket or not.
Well, what I'm getting right now is they will call you in for an interview. Will Lynette get a job offer from CHI Franciscan? I get a yes at this moment in time. Will Lynette get other job offers? Yes. Will the CHI Franciscan job be the best job offer she gets? I am getting a yes at this moment in time. So here's how future things work. As we go forward, things are always evolving, and there are about a bazillion variables that come into play that can affect an outcome. So things that are happening at this moment are set. Things that have happened in the past are set. Things that are going forward are fluid. So we may get a different answer next week, but right now, those are the answers that I'm getting. Okay. The other thing I want you to remember, which is what I talked to Lisa about a couple callers ago, is if you can maintain the mindset of everything is unfolding perfectly, it's all in my best interest, and just proceed with that, you're going to be amazed at how things unfold. Because I think when we set our sights on one thing, especially in your situation when you got sounds like you're going to have lots of opportunities, sometimes we cut ourselves off at the pass, and there may be something even better come along that you'll enjoy even more. So just trust that it's all unfolding perfectly, and you're going to have job offers, and you're going to be able to decide, and whatever happens is just going to be in your best interest.
Okay. Great.
All right.
Great.
Well, call back in and let us know what to do.
Okay. Can I ask you a real quick question?
Sure.
About my father-in-law, Chuck. He's been in the hospital now for over 7 days after his surgery, and one day it's good, the next day they have to do something, and then they put off doing a procedure, and then it's good, and then his bowels aren't good, and but once he poops, he can go home, but he's not pooping, and I mean, we're just on a roller coaster with him, and like I said, he's been in there for 7 days with no kind of plan, and he's 82 years old, and whereas the back surgery that he went in for is remarkably great, it's the complications, I guess, in his GI. Right. I mean, are we going to? He thinks he's never going to leave, and that it's time for him to go. And I
have him on my radar. I have him on my radar right now, Lynette. While you've been talking, he is not dying at the moment.
Okay.
His spirit is very much, attached to his body. He is not in any of the phases of transition. He will recover. I think, again, in this case, it would make sense for us to do a private consult. Let's just really do a deep dive. We can figure out what's going on with him, and I watch all kinds of healings occur when I do a private session with somebody. It's not just identifying; it's also energetic healings that most of the time won't have an effect. So consider scheduling a private consult and we'll have an hour to do a deep dive and figure out what's going on with him.
Okay. Sounds great.
So just go to AskJulieRyan.com and you'll see the book an appointment button. Okay?
All righty. Well, thank you so much.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, I think our next caller is Lydia. Hi, Lydia.
Oh, hi, Julie. Thank you. So my question is that my mom passed in June, and I have a younger sister. She has been feeling, alone, and I'm here in the United States, and I'm trying to sell my house. Sometimes I call her. She feels very lonely. I'm kind of lost. I don't know if I should go after sell my house because I'm in the process. So can you advise me?
Sure. Tell everybody where you're calling from, please.
New Jersey.
New Jersey. And where's your aunt and what's her name?
She's in Portugal, and her name is Stella.
Stella. Okay. So is it in Lydia's best interest to go visit Stella within the next month? No. Within the next 6 months? Yes. Is it in Lydia's best interest to go see Stella before she sells her house? No. That came in before the question was even out.
Okay.
So I think you'll sell your house and you'll be able to see Stella.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's the best news, Jill. Thank you.
Good.
So can you ask when I sell my house to be ready to go?
I'm getting in the next 6 months. There's a good
How
chance
long?
you'll sell the next 6 months.
6 months?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. Still too long. Thank
I
you.
know.
Thank you.
You
I
bet.
know.
Okay.
Thank you so much. God bless
You bet.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Lydia. You too. Bye-bye. Okay, everybody. We are out of time, but what a treat to talk to everybody tonight. For those of you that I didn't get to, call back in next week, and I will put you on first. And everybody else, have a wonderful week, and talk to you next time. Take care.
Thanks for joining us. Be sure to follow Julie on Twitter at AskJulieRyan and like her on Facebook at AskJulieRyan. For information on how you can ask Julie your question, please visit AskJulieRyan.com.